Welcome to another episode of Owen's Property Talk. Today we are very happy to introduce our old friend, Tony Chee.
Thank you, Owen.
Tony, you're the partner of
Auslaw Partners, yeah.
So you're the solicitor?
Yep. Solicitor, 10 years experience, mainly doing property and commercial law. So, very, very happy to be here.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Today's topic is a very common topic and it's very useful.
Yeah.
So in my day-to-day job, I met with a lot of vendor. They have an intention to put the property on the market in the near future.
Yes.
Before we put on the market, most of them is going to do some renovation in certain degree.
Yes.
So I want to utilize this opportunity to provide some information or general guide to all these potential vendor. Before they put the property on the market, what kind of item needs city council approval?
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic question. And like you said, it's very common as well. Some of the real common ones are pergola, extensions of the house, obviously, pools, what else? Garages, carports as well. Those are some very, very common items that, if your clients or the sellers want to renovate, those are certain things that they need approval for. Those are very, very common ones as well.
How about kitchen, bathroom?
Kitchen, I believe usually is okay, but if your bathrooms, anything to do with plumbing, usually you do need approvals.
Anything to do with water, electricity, gas?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
And in terms of getting approvals, it's a very standard process. Usually the clients would, engage a builder. The builder would probably have a certifier, or they would go to council themselves once they've drawn up the work plans. Goes to council or the certifier. If they're happy with it, they approve it, and that's when the construction can take place. So once that takes place, once it's completed, council or the certifier needs to come back again just to make sure that whatever has been constructed complies with the approvals essentially. So that's usually the general process, but of course, as you would know, that doesn't always happen as well. Sometimes perhaps the seller doesn't know they need approval as well. That happens quite common.
So Tony, I want to ask you a question. It's a very common question. Sometimes people want to maximize the use of the building. They may consider to convert the garage into a bedroom, then put another carport in front of it. So what's your suggestion on that?
Look, on very, very common situation. Unfortunately, my understanding is you won't get approved for that because there are city council height requirements in terms of converting a garage into a living space. So in those situations for your sellers, they have to be very, very careful in the way they actually go about marketing it because my understanding is they can't actually market that as a living space.
It can be misleading.
It can be misleading, and in that situation, right, if you let the buyer know that it's a living space when it's not approved, the seller can run into some troubles as well regarding that.
Probably. Another very common question is there's a lot of high set in this area. The definition of high set is the kitchen is upstairs. Downstairs normally, I would say 90% of them is not touch legal height.
Correct.
So legal height is 2.4 meters, as we all know. So in that kind of situation, if you want to convert some of the rooms downstairs into bedroom, so if you apply for city council, it's most likely that
my understanding from the people I've spoke to, most likely it won't be approved in that situation, unfortunately. If council becomes aware of it, they look at it, they can actually issue notices to the owners to require them to convert it back. So it's a very common thing.
So I want to ask you, if the renovation has been done, and there's no city council approval. So what's the next step before you put it on the market?
So it depends upon what type of renovations were done. If it's something a little bit more like a separate structure, and what I mean by that is perhaps like a patio, veranda, or a carport situation, the owner can actually have a think about trying to get what we call retrospective approval, which is essentially going through that same process. It will be much more expensive, but get the proper approvals in place for that carport or extra structure. The alternative is they have to pull down the actual structure as well. So obviously a lot of different things to think about because arguably that car park could be a very good selling point for that property as well. So unfortunately, it's just one of those hard situations that seller needs to deal with. And I've come across situations where the seller, they don't know about it. When they bought the property, it already had the structure.
It's quite common.
Yeah, very common. Like already had the renovations done as well. So, but at that time, perhaps they didn't know about it or weren't aware that it was an issue. And now it's their time to sell, and now they have to figure out a best solution for themselves about that. So, yeah, very, very common situation.
Okay. Finally, I want to ask Tony, if the vendor decide go ahead with a major project, they want to do several items. What's the step to minimize the risk?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most important steps, of course, is, it sounds obvious, but making sure that you find the right builder. Certain things that you can have a look at in terms of selecting a builder is firstly doing a QBCC license search, just to have a look at the builder's track record. If there's like, kind of red flags on that builder's license, then you already know that perhaps you might run into issues with this builder in the future. Other things, again, like I said, basic things. Have a look at the website of the builder. Have a look at their track record. If they have, extensive building projects around the neighborhood or different suburbs, then again, it shows that they're known for their quality of work. The other thing is, once you've selected the builder, they should be able to help you get in contact with the certifiers as well, or council. And that's where they prepare the plans, like I said last time, and giving it to council or the certifier to approve those building renovation plans. Once that's done, then the builder can start construction. So, yeah.
Okay. So if I'm the normal person thinking about selling my house, before I engage a builder, is there any website I can get more information about the regulations? Say, for example, if I want to do landscaping in my garden, I want to check what kind of job needs approval, what kind of don't need. Do you have any website like that?
Look, I'd highly recommend people go onto QBCC website. There's a lot of good general information there. It even sometimes shows, what type of renovation works will require, approvals as well. Also, it'll tell you, what are some insurance requirements as well for that builder to obtain for any renovation work. So go onto the QBCC website, a lot of good information there to help your clients.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tony.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Owen.
Thank you.
Thank you.